Run it back for the boys from 69, back for the fans on 12th and Vine. Run it back to back and raise it high.
Hello, Chiefs Kingdom, and welcome to this special edition of the Milwaukee Chiefs Cast, live from the Wolf Den. I am Chris.
And as always, I'm Josh, and we are joined today by some fans all across the country. We have our editor, producer extraordinaire, Brian, live from Lawrence, Kansas. We have Scott DeMoss from deep in the heart of enemy territory in Steamboat Springs, which is about 3.5 hours from Denver. Welcome, Scott.
Thank you.
And we also have Dean Crow live from the PHX. There we go.
Yes,
touchdown.
I love it.
That's a great Christmas sweater you got going on, Dean.
Yeah,
so
Thank you. It's still kind of chilly out. I figured it was worth it.
And by chilly, you mean it's Phoenix, and it's 75 today. So you've got the long sleeves on, right?
It's only 68, man. So it's real chilly. I might bring out a hat.
Jeez, is that hoodie and flip flop weather, right?
Oh yeah.
Gotcha. All right. So Dean, what are your plans for the Super Bowl? I'm assuming you're not flying back up here to Milwaukee for. What are you looking at doing?
Oh man, as much as I would love doing that, I was lucky enough when I moved out here. I had no idea, but a half mile away from where I live next to the one Kansas City Chiefs bar in the state. It's called Pub Rock Live, and I will be headed there. They're going to be renting out the entire place and paying for most of the parking lot in their little strip. So they're going to be setting up gazebos with different food trucks there. They're going to have a big LED screen outside, people set up all over the place. It's just going to be like a whole festival. Like it honestly looks like how Wauwatosa looks like during the summers.
Oh,
And
that's
I'm
awesome.
I'm going to be there with about another 300, 400 some Chiefs fans just screaming our heads off.
Yeah, I've been to that place before. That place is awesome. Actually, the the first time that the Chiefs just beat the absolute tar out of the Patriots, and that was the part one in the middle of the season. I think this was the Cincinnati game. I watched it there. I had Niall Davis and Jamal Charles going in fantasy, and I think I won my matchup by 50 some odd points. But that's a live music venue too, right?
Yeah. It's always been a live music venue, but then their owners are diehard Chiefs fans. So every weekend they'd have an announcer come by, do your first down, second down, third down announcements and everything, and just get everybody hyped up. And he's also the guy that runs the Arizona Chiefs Kingdom page. So if you're ever out there and you wanted to link up with any more Chiefs fans, just get yourself affiliated with Hachi. And I wish I knew how to pronounce his last name. It's like Kien, something like that. Real nice guy though. He'll hook you up with the Chiefs out here.
Gotcha. Tell him Dean sent you, and he couldn't pronounce your name. Scott, what do you have going on for the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I mean, we traditionally go skiing every Super Bowl Sunday. It tends to be one of the more empty days. So we'll take advantage of that. And then I think I've managed to connect with the only other real Chiefs fan family in the whole town. They have a super cool piece of land outside of the country. The guy, he owns the local pharmacy, and he's like, we're going to do it up right. He's like, I'm getting some paint, and he's got a couple donkeys and a bunch of goats. So he says we're going to decorate the animals and unleash them out of the barn every time a touchdown is scored. So obviously we'll record that if any of this happens.
What did I just hear?
Ryan, is that what you expected to hear when you came?
What did I just hear? You're going to paint goats and release them onto a field every time there's a score?
That's the plan.
You're going to record this, right, and send it to us? It's like, got to do this.
You're going to be painting a lot of goats.
You can do the post-production.
So are goats the animals that he happens to have, or is this a slight against Tom Brady, or what are we doing?
Well, that's kind of my idea, because he's like, the donkeys I know won't have a problem with it. And I mean, I go, the Broncos fans, and he goes, no, I have real donkeys. I'm like, he actually has these European mountain goats. They're of a pretty substantial size, probably double the typical size goat, big antlers and all that.
So he's got some big horns.
Yeah.
Is that the reason you moved up there?
Well, they chopped his balls off, although they were already depleted, so.
Do you ever have a staring contest with it?
I have not. Dude, that thing is mean.
He'll always win. He'll always win. You win. You always do.
Always do.
All right, Brian. Where's the Super Bowl party going down in Lawrence, Kansas?
I think you're looking at the basement area of it. We're going to be staying here at home with the kid and the wife. We're going to be watching. I like staying. We'll probably have some friends over like we did last year. I like staying around here because last year when it happened, Mass Street for those of you who don't know, Mass Street is like the popular kind of downtown area here in Lawrence. It got flooded with fans there when it flooded the streets. So I'm imagining, a little different scenario here. I'm guessing masks and everything will be involved. We'll bring ours and everything. But if things go the way we want them to go, I will be, hopefully, if we do post-game reaction, and if you want to get on call, I will hopefully have it on my phone, and I'll just walk you around all the nonsense I'm looking at if it comes to that. Well, hopefully that'll be what's happening. But yeah, I'd like to stay here and just do it up like we did last year. And I want to sit in the same spot for good luck. So
perfect. So we're gonna have, for the post game edit for this, we're gonna have a video of goats and donkeys running around that are decorated red. We're gonna have LED signs in Phoenix. You're in Tempe, right? It's Pub Rock in Tempe.
Technically Scottsdale, but right on that border of Tempe.
Okay, gotcha. And all the ASU fans running around that know what's going on. So yeah. Chris, what are your plans for the game?
Probably the same plans that you have.
All right, yeah. So we have our normal party up here every year. It's turning into an every year tradition. We're looking forward to this. But so yeah, any Southeast Wisconsin residents, join us at Buffalo Wild Wings Brookfield. Find us at mkchiefsfans.com, and we will hook you up with getting you onto our seating chart. We are taking reservations this year for obvious reasons. So, Chris, what do you have for a final score prediction and an MVP?
Well, I'm going to stick with what I said last week. I got 31-27 Chiefs. I think there's going to be a lot of up and down on both sides. MVP, I'm going to say Patrick Mahomes again, but my dark horse, I'm actually going to go with one L'Jarius Sneed. I could see him maybe picking off Tom Brady a couple times in this game.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much the direction that I've gone. I've stayed somewhere in the 27 to 35 range for Chiefs, and then somewhere in the 21 to 24 for the Buccaneers. And it's all going to come down to how important a defensive play is. I've been saying Mahomes, if we put up that, mid 30s kind of or more score, but my dark horse is Dirty Dan Sorensen for really similar idea to what you're saying. I just feel like he'll have a flashy play that goes along with it. Think that Browns play. Brian, what do you got for final score and MVP?
If I recall correctly, I think I said something along the lines of 35-31. So I'm going to stick with that. And it kind of rolls into what you were saying there. If the scores get to the mid 30s, and somebody probably in the offense, if it's not Mahomes, perhaps it's Kelsey or Tyreek Hill doing what it's going to be. And I'm going to stick with what I said. I think the safe money was Patrick Mahomes doing what he does. So 35-31. But remember when we talked about who do you want to have the ball in the last possession? Like, okay, Tom Brady can have it if we're up by 17 points.
Yeah.
I don't want him to do that. But yes, so that's so I'm going to go Mahomes, 35-31 Chiefs.
All right, Scott, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm going to say it'll be a little more one-sided. I like 34-24 Chiefs, and I'd originally gone with an offensive MVP, but just going back and looking at that earlier Tampa Bay game and some of the patterns of play we've seen from Toilet Bowl 12 as of late, I think the Honey Badger's going to bring the pain, and he'll put his mark on this game.
Mm-hmm.
Outstanding. So you're picking the Rocky Mountain beatdown and the landlord getting his rent.
Yeah.
I remember last year there was a big contingency of analysts that thought that Chris Jones could have easily gotten the MVP. So that's probably someone to think about too. Dean, what are you thinking?
See, I think they're just going to go with Patrick Mahomes again for the MVP. I think if you have such a prolific quarterback, they're just going to end up handing it to you. But last year, I thought Damian Williams earned it for sure. If anybody, 2 touchdowns and over 100 yards rushing on the game in the Super Bowl, that was pretty nice. So my dark horse this year is probably going to be Clyde, but Pat's going to get it. Final score, I don't think Tampa Bay is going to hang around. I'm going to guess 38-26.
Right.
Gotcha. So you think Clyde gets a nod over Darrell Williams?
I
it goes to
think
running back.
Clyde's going to come back healthy. I think he's going to get a lot more reps, and like how elusive he is. He's just so small. Nobody can really tackle him. I think you get him out in the backfield, maybe get him a couple like sweep routes, kind of like how you had Cole last week.
Mm-hmm.
Get him over 60 receiving yards. He'll probably have over 50, 60 rushing, about 120 total yards, maybe a touchdown or two. You could make the argument.
Yeah, this could be a good game for the spring game. I mean, you get those defensive linemen upfield, and they're going to be dropping back, trying not to get burned by Tyreek Hill again.
Exactly.
So,
All you're going to do is just drop it underneath, have them go run, because these, man, they are quick.
So we're thinking if a running back ends up putting up big numbers, it's going to be because we stretch the field and we throw it underneath more than running it between the tackles.
Yeah, I think everybody's probably going to have less than like 70, 80 yards rushing, but I think they're like catching it out of the backfield. I think that's going to be the big difference.
Yeah, I think I could agree with all of us that we don't care if the yards come from receiving or from running or what. I think we're probably pretty okay how it happens. And I think that if we get 250 yards out of our running backs, we don't really care which one does it.
Nope. I'd like to see Le'Veon do it, but I'm not complaining.
Yeah, if I had to pick, I'd say that I'd like to see Clyde do it, just because I'd like to see Clyde do it. But there's also a part of me that's really enjoyed watching Darrell Williams kind of take the role this last couple of weeks.
Barrel to barrel.
Dude, my favorite third string running back ever.
Yeah, it just speaks to the amount of depth that we have, which is great. I mean, it's just speaks to the job that Brett Veach has done putting a team together. So cool. Anybody got any parting shots before we get out of here?
I didn't want to give a quick shout out to Budweiser. So I don't know if you guys have heard that a lot of major companies are not actually buying ads out for the Super Bowl. And Budweiser actually publicly said they're going to reserve the money they would typically use for Super Bowl ads. And they're going to end up donating a lot of that money for the coronavirus vaccination awareness efforts. So I think that's really cool of what they're doing.
That's good to hear. That's really good to hear.
It's about the first time that I'll say Budweiser's cool, but I agree with you. That's cool.
Still won't drink it. But...
That's cool. That's cool.
I'm with you there. Yes.
I'm still going to drink it, but good for you.
So you heard it here. Dean is not contributing any funds whatsoever to coronavirus vaccine awareness.
Not at all.
You could probably give $10 to somebody standing on a corner and get more effect. But anyway, Brian, go ahead.
I thought out there, I remember watching Hard Knocks. I think it was 2 years ago. Was it the Raiders 2 years ago? And watching the whole drama with Antonio Brown going down and watching that, like I was completely fascinated because it was happening almost in real time because we're following the news and following Hard Knocks at the same time. So looking forward to HBO doing the latest episode of that each week was just like a lot of excitement. And then me thinking to myself, like, well, I don't know how to run a career in football, obviously, or in NFL, but this guy is probably not going to go very far. And here he is playing in the Super Bowl next week. So what the hell do I know?
He's either questionable or doubtful right now. So
is he? Okay,
we'll see.
Yeah, well, keep in mind if that happens, he got his legs cut out from under him in the middle of that. Let's clear that happened.
It's a nice reminder of the talent that we're working with here, and obviously when it comes to personalities and the business side, like, well, I just kind of pay attention to. We tend to witness like the talent of everything, but. Yeah, even if someone has that kind of media situation, like, well, you cannot take out the talent away from this person because they know what they're doing and they know how to get the job done. So, mad respect to that, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Scott, anything from you?
Nah, man, go Chiefs, get her done.
Enjoy skiing in the boat. Dean, what do you got?
I'd like to make a shout out to the family of Carlton Davis. Please be there to support your family member when Tyreek Creek just annihilates him. Help is on the way. Help should be waiting at home. You're going to need it. Exactly. God bless his family, and please help him in his time of need after that Super Bowl L. God bless Carlton Davis.
All right. God bless America. Go Chiefs, and everybody have a good Super Bowl week leading up. All right. Go Chiefs.
So run it back for the boys from 69.